Well, hello everyone. Hopefully my voice is back to normal and not sounding like a complete how do you say leprechaun? There we go, a complete leprechaun. But disregarding the fact of leprechauns, I'm going to be reading you a story. It's a fanfic of My Little Pony. If you do not like the show or anything else about My Little Ponies, well, go shove it up your ass. Do something. I don't know. But if you'd like me to read this story, and if you know me personally, I would be happy to read you the story. It sounds like I'm getting sick, but it could be that. Yeah, that's probably it. But anyway, I will be reading to you the clop fic. I'm not proud of this. I honestly am not. I hope you can hear me, but I'm honestly not proud of this. I'm going to favorite it just cause. But I will get on with the story. Well, you don't. Well, yeah. Besides, just whatever. You should know me from my YouTube account, whatever, Facebook, whatever. If you don't, warning. I read kind of slow, I stutter a bit, but we can all get along. Okay, this is called A Date with Scootaloo by Not Proud. Here you are, back at same old crummy school with the same old crummy classmates, but this year something is different. It might have to do with your father who caught you reading My Little Sweetheart earlier this month. You got the magazine, a 50-page spread of famous ladies, even the princess, in various states of undress. Fuck. See, undressed. It looks like undies, but it's undressed. But back to the story. From Roly Poly, who, with a big grin, gave it to you for your 14th birthday. He said it would unlock a whole new world to you, but really, it just unlocked tightness in your shorts. But you couldn't look away from the glossy photos and lean to please yourself in the sheets out behind the house, overlooking the vast rolling plains that swept you up towards the mountains looming beyond Ponyville. On that fateful day, your father, Lickety Scoop, saw you with your hand down your jeans, and you became very embarrassed, even though you didn't really know why. He got this far away look on his face and sat down on the bench next to you, not noticing when that hot white stuff made the big stain in front of your pants. He's a big man, your dad. Strong, broad-shouldered, his dark skin and shade deeper than your own. "Lickety, my boy," he said, stroking his beard and raising a finger in the air, even though he wasn't facing you. "There comes a time in every young man's life when he learns things, and those things aren't the same anymore. It's okay. I say it's okay to feel what you're feeling. Just be careful, alright? Some young fella gets your knuckers in a twist. You don't rush things now, you hear? Treat her like a lady and save the mushy stuff for when you're older." Dad never made a lot of sense half the time. Damn. Thinking back on it now, you realize what was really changing is the girls. They've got all these lumpy things on their chests. Some of them massive, as big as their own heads, not even bigger. Well, especially Twist. If you remember, Twist got hers before school ended last year, and Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon teased her for it. She got the laugh though, because now these two are shooting her glares because her chest got bigger, but not even by half of hers. They must be jealous. Yes, you noticed these things last year, but only now are you paying them any attention. Sorry, everyone. Maybe it's you who changed. Yeah, you definitely can't tear your eyes away from Twist's thingies now. Thingies. and you feel your cheeks getting red as you stare at her tight sweater. It's so tight against them, and they are so round and big. Why is this so entertaining? Silver Spoon and Diamond Tiara are snickering at you. This draws Twist's attention. You tear your eyes away as she turns in her seat and hope that she didn't see you stare. You really have no idea why you didn't want her to see. Maybe something your dad actually said makes sense. The 5-minute bell rings, and Miss Chili enters the classroom. Oh, sweet merciful Luna, she's got thingies too. They're almost as big as Twist's. For crying out loud, her shirt looks like it's about to pop every button. Okay, calm down. Look away. Don't look back. It's gonna be alright. Breathe. Damn it. Scoot closer to the desk so no one can see your pants getting tight. If things are going to be like this all the way of the year, you're never going to learn anything. Luckily, someone enters right as the last bell rings. You're not surprised at Scootaloo. She's always late. She limps the left gait. Her right leg is looking more beat up than usual. Plastic dented. I guess that's the word. Sorry, everyone. Just under the knee and scruffs the back, scrapes all over. Her sock is torn. She pulls off her bike helmet and shakes out her unruly purple hair as she sighs, and pathetic half smile to Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle, who waved to her. Scootaloo, Miss Cheerly, says Miss Cheerly. Please put your helmet in the locker. Scootaloo rolls her eyes and grunts. Yes, ma'am. Then shuffles out the back door. Didn't mean to do a country accent right there. I'm sorry. You remember another time when things were changing and Scootaloo was the center of it all. It was a day much like this, sitting and waiting for the first day of class to begin while avoiding the glares of snooty rich girls. There were a series of tongue-clicks noises as the tiny bed-ragged Scootaloo hefted herself into the classroom on crutches. Her right leg ended at the knee. Wrapping in white bandages behind was her mother, a tall, weary woman with pale skin like her daughter's, who stole up to Miss Chili and held a whispered conversation, which lasted 5 minutes. You have no idea what they talked about, but you could make some guesses. Scoot, you recall, didn't lift her head once, and quickly crutched her way to the back of the room, in the corner furthest to the door. Later that year, she would make friends with Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle, but at the moment she had no one. You would have said something to her if you had thought of something to say, but you couldn't. What is there to say to someone in that situation? It doesn't slow her down anymore, losing her leg. She's been through at least 3 prosthetics since then. She showed him off the second one proudly for show and tell last year. Or 1 year ago. Sorry. And she's back to being careful and fiery, just like she always was. You still sometimes wonder if you shouldn't have said something to her, if you should have said something to her way back then. Oh well. She shuffles back into the room and yawns loudly at Miss Chili, starting to write on the board. Welcome back to school, class. Her voice bubbly as usual. I'm so happy to see all of you again. Since we're all in high school now, we'll be having a great year full of all kinds of new exciting things. The class groans, and you join in. It's pretty much the same speech she's given every year since you were in kindergarten. Since you're not starting with something fun to break the ice, that must mean you're going to have lots of homework to do. Crap. High school is going to suck, you're sure of it. Hey, lookity, check this out! Fat lips snickered. Fat little Snips snickered, damn it, and performs a yo-yo trick pretty well, while his tail lanky friend Snails laughs dumbly at the claps, and claps his hands. You roll your eyes, those guys are losers sometimes, even if you hang out with them all the time. And your attention turns toward the girls' table. It's lunchtime and because you didn't get any recess anymore, another change. This is your only time to really observe your classmates without any adult supervision, at least until school ends. Sorry, everyone. There are Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo chatting away at their table, probably talking about Cutie Mark still, because that's what they've always talked about. You got yours in 5th grade. A bowl of ice cream on your right bicep because you knew that following your father's footsteps and working at the creamery was pretty much the best thing you could ever do. Plus, you're good at putting together ice cream with toppings, makes a super awesome treat. But they're always trying and trying for years to get theirs. And you're pretty sure that they're doing something wrong. Privately, you blame Sweetie. Her chest isn't grown, it hardly at all, but it looks like she's trying to show it off. Away with the tight cream-colored sweater. It's not a good look on her. It's kind of a desperate craving attention. Apple Bloom has overalls on like always. It's since she's sitting facing your left. You can see how her t-shirt presses against them under the overalls. It's alluring. Scootaloo's wearing a loose orange shirt, so you can't really see if she's got anything. But it's likely she doesn't. She's pretty skinny after all. You pull your finger and poke. You feel a finger poke your shoulder to turn to see Snips again. Checking out the ladies, eh? He grins at you big. What's your favorite part? I'm an ass man myself. He closes his eyes and leans back, as if he should be proud of his. Something to be proud of. Sorry, everyone. Snails laugh dumbly again. Duh, I like boobies. Again? Okay, anyway. He mains as I can't read that, so I can't, okay. The chest tingles with his both hands. Thingies with his both hands. Boobies, huh? Apple Bloom has some very nice boobies in that case. As does Twist. Even more so. She's coming off the lunch line. Just now with a metal tray. Of course, hers are more than nice. They're freaking enormous. And they sway back and forth like a pendulum as they swing towards an empty seat. Suddenly, you realize that because of the size of her chest, she can't see her feet. Nor can she see the banana peel silver spoon tossed casually in front of her. You leap out your chair before you can call out, "It's too late!" Twist steps on it, screams and slides forward, losing control of her tray. Her boobs flop every which way. The trays make loud spang as the impact of the back of Apple Bloom's head coating her in macaroni, cheese, and applesauce. At their table, Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoons are making no attempt to hide their laughter. Their boobies somewhat around the size of Apple Bloom's. Shake and quiver. Shake and quiver as they hold their sides, unable to hold their laughter. Twist begins, profusely apologizing to Apple Bloom. "Oh my gosh! Apple Bloom! I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. Uh, if y'all, if y'all didn't have such big knockers, y'all wouldn't be so dang clumsy. Oh my gosh, let me clean you up, at least. Apple Bloom pushes her away. No, I'm going to the bathroom. See, this is why we ain't friends no more. You scowl. You scowl. I really hate those two, you say to yourself, trying to glare at those giggling duo. They've contained themselves and are busy pantomiming, Twist slipping with taters and ketchup. Why are girls so mean to each other? Yeah, Snips dreamingly. Sighs Snips dreamingly, his chin resting on his elbow. Isn't she great? What? You ask. Diamond tiara. He points obviously at her. Best ass of all Ponyville High. He sighs again. You notice that Snail's unbidden. His. Oh, sorry. Has snuck off to help Twist. Well, guess that's spoken for. You get up and go over where Roly Poly is and sat down and stuffing his face. He's always been your best friend. Not that you're sure why. He's not annoying like Snips or Snails. You two just get along pretty well. Hey, Roly. Hey, Lickety. He burps. He burps and takes a long sip of his soda. I've been having some weird things happen lately. His eyebrows. He lifts an eyebrow and looks at you over his cup. What kind of things? Like, I keep staring at. Your cheeks start to burn. Even to your best friend, it's hard to admit. Boobies. Broly smirks at you, but doesn't laugh. He reaches across the table, his bulky tummy, scooching a little bit and pats you on the shoulder. Lickety, my boy, you's becoming a man. What'd I tell you about that magazine? He wiggles his eyebrows. Let it ride, son. Since when was he sound like your father? You were right. High school is going to suck. And it's not just because of all the homework you're going to have to do tonight. Oh, so much learning, so many new things, tons of weird, boring teachers. It's going to suck a lot. So you may as well make the best of things. Hey, Apple Bloom. You aren't sure why you call her name as you leave school. The three cutie mark crusaders, as they call themselves, walking ahead of you. They stop, and Apple Bloom turns her head to look at you. Oh, hi, she says. You're Lickety Split, right? Yeah, hi. I just wanted to say sorry about what happened in the cafeteria. That was really dumb. Why did you say it? Are you alright? She shrugs and rolls her eyes. Yeah, I'm fine. Not like it's your fault or nothing. Well, I just felt really bad about it. That's all. It's not nice of Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon to pick on you girls like that. You rub the back of your head nervously. Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle both give you a look. If I'd seen it coming sooner, I would have done something about it. Promise. Smooth, dumbass. Yeah, well, Apple Bell. Son of a bitch. Sorry, totally skipped the beat there, but sorry everyone. Apple Bloom. Christ. Apple Bloom. Eyes looking everywhere but at you. That's real sweet of y'all to say, I guess. Sorry. See you tomorrow in class or something. Come on, gals. Sweetie pursues her lips and peers at you over her shoulder with narrowed eyes as they continued on their way. But your eyes are locked on Scootaloo, shuffling get even though her legs are moving slower than her friends. She never seems to fall behind. Over the next couple weeks, you learn about physics and trigonometry from Miss Cheerley, and baby oil, and financial tissue from Rowley. You think about Twist a lot during these times, though you feel kind of bad about it because it's obvious Snails has a crush on her. He's kind of slow, so you feel sorry for him. You try thinking about Apple Bloom instead, but those fantasies never turn into anything good. She crosses her arms and yells at you. Maybe your imagination is broken or something. One time, Rowley is out sick at the stomach flu, and Snips and Snails are having lunch intention. Applebloom invites you to the table for lunch. You try to tell her via expressions and body language that you appreciate the offer, but in no certain times can you be caught dead sitting at the girl's table. You hope the message got through, but there's no way to know. But you take note that the fact of the CMCs seem to like you, at least. And this makes you feel better. Your fantasies still don't work though. So you try thinking about Miss Cheerley instead, and that really doesn't work. Yeah, definitely broken imagination. Ugh. Then one day, Rowley comes back, and more kids are out with the same flu. You see Scootaloo sitting alone at the table. She looks depressed, or maybe annoyed, and she's just picking at her mashed potatoes, ignoring Rowley. Looks at you. You get up and take. Burp. You get up and take your tray over. Hey. She looks up. Oh, hey. Mind if I join you? You look lonely. She looks down, back at her food. Not lonely, but sure, whatever. You set your tray down and sit across from her. Somehow you feel Rowley's eyes on the back of your neck, but you ignore him. How you doing? Her fork tinks against the plate as she shrugs. Okay. You shrug. At least she didn't ask you to leave. You start eating again, and she looks at you, playing with her food, and just staring at you. Why you wanna know? You swallow a bite of your sandwich. Just being friendly. She seems to consider for that second, then she nods and digs into her food. You both eat in silence until you're finished. Then she says, Thanks. What for? She shrugs. With silence spreading between you two, you scratch at your cheek and feel a little fuzzy stibble there. Dang. You hear her giggling behind you. It's no doubt Diamond and Silver, but you pay them no heed. You feel like you ought to be saying more, but just like back in 4th grade, you can't make the words happen. Hey, Lickety, she says as she lost your attention, which she may have, but you don't say anything. You're glad she broke the quiet. Yeah? Thanks for keeping me company. Well, we should really hang out sometime, or something. Cool. You nod. The 5-minute bell rings. That's all that's to be said. Crap. She slips you a note in class. Meet me at the track after school. You have no idea why, but your heart pounds for the rest of the day after you read that. It's it's with shaky fingers that you pick up your knapsack when the final bell rings and zip out of the classroom. It's easier to be away from that crucible of learning as you are nervous to find out what awaits you at the track. Disappointingly, the answer is nothing. Not at not at first anyway, but you know. You sit down yourself on a bench, thinking you're probably early and looking around to see if she's here. The running track behind school, the running track behind the school, a whole half mile oval loop, sorry, is built inside a small sports stadium with an American football team field inside itself, even though these are ponies, but go America, and ponies. But the clouds are lofting lazily by the blue sky, and you can see the green-blue peanuts. Fuck, it looks like peanuts. Peanuts. I'm guessing that's. I'm just gonna. Your school colors for your team. The Timberwolves. Okay. At the top of the bleachers, waving in a breeze, you can't feel. Everything's peaceful. Strangely. You've never been out here by yourself before. And in this random claim, ignore that. You can. Fuck, I lost my place. You can only breathe deeply of the scent of mown grass and trees. Close your eyes and smile. Hey, there you are! Your entire body convulses as you fall off the bench. It's not exactly the manliest thing you could ever done, but what is? Jeez, did you fall asleep? Jeez! Fuck, sorry everyone. My throat is itchy. Jeez, did you fall asleep or something? Scootaloo laughs and drops a cylindrical blue bag in your feet. Maybe you did. Maybe you did. Though you could swear you've been here for only a few minutes. She's right though. You see other girls in running shorts warming up around the track. They're stretching. Their shortness and of their shorts draws your eyes until you feel the poke on the shoulder. Hey, hold this for me, will ya? Scootaloo isn't looking at you, but she's holding her prosthetic leg out at you. You are suddenly very creeped out. She's standing with her missing leg away from you, but you can see where she's holding the knee joint back. The stub where it ends is covered by a nylon sock like thing. You look up at her. You fear your stupidly expression. Come on, it's not gonna bite you. You take the leg and set it gingerly on the bench beside yourself. The moment it's out of your hands, she hops once, then with her other hand places something on the end of her leg. It's interesting. A black cup that fits around her leg stump, and then it's a scoop, like a blade that comes down from in a curve. When she got it on, she stands on it and touches the ground like a normal leg, except it curves away way back where the calf would be. She bounces on it and flexes it. Then she nods. That thing? She says, pointing to the disembodied leg beside you. It's getting kind of small, but it still fits. Like a charm. That's all that matters. She grins at you. Watch me run? She heads over toward where the others are warming up. And you can't help but notice that her ass looks fantastic in those tight blue shorts. You're going to have to face it. This is your life now, looking at girls and thinking dirty things about them. Why does life have to be so hard? Anyway, your eyes drift from her pert cheeks to the thing sitting next to you. It's kind of uncanny. The black shoe and the white sock pointed at you, so that it really does look like a leg. You turn it around to look down the length. The top is molded and to fit what's left of her leg, you assume. But it's the rest of the hollow, not plastic. But fiberglass. It doesn't quite match her skin, yellow instead of sun-kissed. But inside the artificially becomes obvious. Where outside does it look like skin, at least at the distance? You set the leg down and decide to watch the girls. Is better use of your time. You recognize a couple of them. Archer, Tootsie Flute. But it's obvious the track team includes older girls who you don't know. None of them have particularly well-developed chests, even the upperclassmen, which is kind of a disappointment. Although the view of when they all turn away from the face their coach teachers is priceless. Snips had the right idea. You could get used to this. They run. You keep focused on Scootaloo, in particular, watching her chest bounce against her tight sports bra, but more fascinated by her gat. Oh my God. She has a very easy stride, with a running scoop acting like a spring, carrying her weight on every alternative step and it fixes and I don't think I can read that, but sorry. You can even hear the squeak cling ching as she runs past you. It's fascinating. More than that, you tell her that you can tell she really likes running. Her face looks more alive than it has all week. Even when her friends were out sick. It must have been horrible when she lost her leg. You realize she probably thought she'd never run again. But here she is, keeping pace with, surpassing her teammates. She is the fastest runner out there. You know they aren't competing, but you can't help standing up and cheering as the finest runner. But you can't help but standing up to cheer as. Okay, I'm reading fast here. I gotta slow down. My mind is everywhere. Sorry, but anyway, but you can't help but standing up to cheer as 5 of the fastest runners from the from an impromptu race, and she blows them all away. As really, that's really admirable. Some part of you will wonder if you went through some such trauma, whether you'd be bouncing back in life like she has. In fact, if your behavior over the past few days was any indicator, you'd just curl up and whine about how much life sucked. Well, no more. Your path is clear now. You wait until Scootaloo comes back to her bag before she can say anything. You cut her off. Scootaloo, you wanna go out somewhere? This is it. You just grabbed life by the nuts, mister. She blinks at you, like she doesn't understand what you just said. Then, really slowly, she says, yeah, sure. Lickety, how'd I run? You did it. Just like that. Wham! You're going out with Scootaloo. You think you maybe just didn't phrase it right. And you have no idea where you're going to go. Your stomach turns into a knot as you realize she's waiting for an answer. Yeah, I mean, you were awesome. I had no idea you were so fast. She gives you the biggest smile. It was the right answer. I know, right? I've been training hard all summer. I think it's really paid off. She sits down at the bench this time to change prosthetics, which you're glad for. You find yourself staring nevertheless, though she doesn't seem to notice. You notice that over her shoulder, you can get a real eyeful of what's in her shirt. It's not that huge like Twists or even Apple Bloom, but she's got a nice pair after all, held firm in a clingy gray sports bra. Great. Now your pants are getting tight again, not to mention wet. Hoping that you're being suitable about it. You heft your satchel up and let it hang in casual manner in front of your crotch. You're pretty sure she didn't notice. Smooth. Now, with her proper leg on and a running blade stowed on her sack, she turns to you and explaining expectantly. So, Ace, where are we going? Panicking, you think the first place that comes to your mind. How about ice cream? Her face lights up. You just said the magic words. Lickety split. Well, shit. She turns around and marches off, and you take the opportunity to let out your breath you've been holding. Things are going better than planned. On the trip to your dad's ice cream shop downtown, you two talk more than you have in the past month. Not even about anything important, of course. And Scootaloo does most of the talking about Rainbow Dash. But makes it the more long walk enjoyable. The more makes the long walk enjoyable. Fuck, I'm sorry. Ponyville is kind of a hick town. Whew, that's really mean to say. I didn't. Oh shit. That's messed up. But you know, a far suburb of Blisting Canterlottin, distantly removed from larger cities like Hoofingston and Manhattan. There's a lot of there's everything a young man needs to find there. And the nightlife can be fun, if your dad actually lets you go out. But, it's still pretty small. That said, the high school is located in the edge of Whitetail Woods, about as far east as you can go, and still in town. So you get to see most of Ponyville on your way. It's spring, and there's a lot, and there's at least a little chill breeze in the air as the afternoon sun watches your progress. Trees are starting to bloom, flowers too, and the creek that cuts the town in half bubbling merrily. I don't think I said that right, but buildings pass by, and you keep your gate shut because Scoots has some trouble going fast with her hollow leg. Sorry everyone, I just had to, my leg is killing me. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. Let me tell you, she says. The minute I got home, I'm throwing this dumb thing away and making my mom get me a new one. I've way outgrown it. It itches, and I'm really for something that won't hold me back. That's maybe a little more info that you wanted to try, but you try to be supportive. You totally should. Thankfully, you're here at the shop, so the conversation needs not to continue. Lickety Scoops is the two-story edifice stripped red and white. On the top floor holds a pair of apartments. He rents fuck. But the main store is spacious and filled with knickknacks your dad collects from like 100 years ago. You go to hold the door open like a gallant gentleman when something stops you. You look at Scootaloo. Her face expect and curious. Okay, hold up. I'm sorry. I had like a really interesting silent burp there. Kind of like a nupchuck, but okay. Would you mind waiting here for a sec? You put on a cheesy grin and she gives a look back. Okay, I guess. She lifts her left eyebrow. You flash a grin again and duck inside, keeping a hand at the door as you hiss, "Dad!" His voice blooms out. "Lickety, my boy!" "Dad, okay, shut up for a second, please." You grit your teeth. This is not the best idea. I'm kind of here with a girl. If you could please not embarrass me. Say no more. Your dad flashes you in a way better grin. Flashes you a way better grin than you could ever imagine. You swear his teeth gleamed when he does that. But you gotta owe me. But you gotta owe me for it later. You roll your eyes and open the door. Scootaloo got her arms crossed, but she moves in without hesitating. You pull on a gallant doorman impression. Sorry about that. It would have been a total disaster if they were out of double mint. She gives you a look like, "You're kidding me." And then your dad blooms out. "Welcome to Lickety Scoops, where everything's fresh and full of fruits." You really hate that rhyme. "What can I get you, kids?" You must have sold her on a double mint chip, because after scanning the veritable selection of ice cream, I don't think that's a word, but she gets a wiffle bowl. She gets a waffle bowl with it. You go for your favorite vanilla with chocolate dough and Oreos and a pretzel cone, and make a show of paying for both, even if your dad doesn't chomp you later. Somehow you think it'd be okay about it. Your dad says nothing else that isn't business related. You find yourself too willing to owe him. This is really a date. This is really a date, isn't it? It's too late to be nervous about it now. Thinking the kind sir behind the counter. You once again hold the door open so Scootaloo can leave. There was a nice pair of tables and chairs and the sun umbrellas set outside the shop, and you both take a seat at once and eat your ice cream in silence. You kind of make sizzling noises and lick and drops around the edge of the cone, but neither of you says anything. It's kind of nice to just sit with someone and say nothing and not feel anything needs to be said. You keep trying to catch her eye, mostly by staring at the side of her head. But she remains focused on her ice cream spoon. You lick your lips. You think back to some weird scene with Apple Bloom after school one day. Unlike that, I've lost my place again. I'm sorry, everyone who is listening to me read. I promise I won't do it again. I promise I won't do it again in the reading, but I will keep going. Unlike that, you've been rehearsing this moment. Anytime you weren't whacking it to your friend. Anytime you weren't whacking it to your friends. Hey, Scootaloo. Yeah? You remember back in 4th grade? Her eyebrows peak. She remembers all right. She takes another bite of her ice cream. Yeah. I just wanted to say. You feel heat rising to your face. This isn't anything big. Why is it hard to say? Just wanted to say sorry. She gives you a look. Sorry? Yeah, for not saying anything. Your eyes burn holes into the ice cream cone. You looked like you could need a friend then, but I couldn't think of anything to say. She nods slowly. Me either. She draws in a breath and lets it out slowly. She looks like she's going to say something else until a woman with heaving breasts secured by a tight Cheyenne sports bra jogs past, her rainbow-stripped hair fluttering behind her. Scootaloo shoots straight up and out of her seat, and it's only by some miracle that you are able to save her ice cream from toppling off the table. She does not notice your brave act of heroism because she is too busy hoping and down and shouting, "Rainbow Dash! Rainbow Dash!" The woman, hearing her name, skids to a stop. Panting for a moment, jogs back over your way. Hey there, Squirt. What's up? Who's your friend? Her voice squeaks a bit. You've never met her before, and you're trying not to stare at her chest. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome you're here! Rainbow Dash! Scoot's eyes are enormous as she's smiling like an idiot. I was running after school, and I totally put on this extra burst of speed and... Whoa! Slow down, kid! Rainbow Dash turns her attention to you, and her eyes snap to hers. She smirks. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you two are on a date right now. Scoots looks slightly horrified, turns to look at you, then looks away. You do as well and stare at her blush. And stare in her blush. Yeah, kinda, I guess. She pokes her fingertips together nervously. This is not any side of Scootaloo you've ever seen before. That's not that you know her really deeply. Rainbow Dash rolls her eyes. Well, introduce me, sheesh. What kind of date is this anyway? What's your name, kid? Lickety split, ma'am. Nice to meet you. Rainbow Dash narrows her eyes and puffs out a breath. Don't ma'am me. You sound like somebody's mom. You make me sound like I'm somebody's mom. Name's Rainbow Dash. You treating Scoots good? You sit up a little straighter. Yes, Miss Dash. He totally is Rainbow Dash. Scoot says, well, we've been having a good time, right? You have. Wow. Awesome. Yeah, it's been fun. Rainbow Dash nods approvingly. Just remember, Squirt, if it ain't cool to ignore your fuck. Rainbow Dash nods approvingly. Just remember, Scoots, it ain't cool to ignore your date. She tosses her hair, rainbow hair, and you wonder how she got it like that. Anyway, I got another mile to go. I got another 2 miles before tonight. Catch you later. With a wave, she takes back off jogging the way she was going. Scoots gives you a lopsided smile and retakes her seat. After a pause, she says, sorry for kinda, ignoring you there. Rainbow Dash is my idol. I'm always happy to see her. Hey, it's no big deal, really. You give her a confident smile. No point in getting all sad over this, right? I'm having fun, after all. I mean, since this is a date and all. Yeah, she says, far away look at the moment. Hey, Lickety. Yeah? You meant what you said earlier, right? About the day I came to class? Yeah. You look down. I feel really bad about it now. I just wish I could have think of anything to say. I just couldn't think of anything to say. She puts her hand on your shoulder. I try not to sorry everyone. I try not to let the past hold me back. And you shouldn't either. You're a good guy. I appreciate that you're showing me a good time and stuff. It's cool. If it's cool, I think we should do this again sometime. You stare into her eyes. They're violet. She smiles, and you return it. Does this mean you're my girlfriend or something? Ew. She sticks out her tongue, winking her nose. It's just one date. Don't be weird. Then she laughs. And you do as well. It's been a good day. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed my messing up of this reading. Seriously. I'm not sure if there's going to be another one. I'm going to keep a watch on this one. If there is, I will read another part 2. This will be a part 2. This is just chapter 1 of A Date with Scootaloo. Could be the favorite. Yep. So, just remember, I have no idea who you are. So, if you like my reading, if I stutter too much, tell me, or I read too fast, let me know. Cause honestly, I actually find this very fun. So, if you guys don't mind, this has been a reading from either, my Facebook name or my YouTube account. Have a great day, everyone, or night, and see you never, because I have no idea who you are. But anyway, I am going to go and maybe study. I might need to. Well, have fun, everyone.